Going to do a technical article on fitting a RonBox to a 300 TDI. So that's the overall unit there. It's a fly-by-wire one, which is one of the last of the 300 TDIs where Land Rover put on an ECU to control the fueling, and having done that, it had to put some sensors into it to control fuel mapping and timing of the vehicle. So that's your mass airflow meter. This one here is your boost sensor. That's the one we're going to be tapping into with the RonBox. And then alongside here is the plugs that go to the actual fuel pump. I'll just get in there so you can see it. That's the one that leads to the fuel pump. And this is the other plug that plugs into that one, which I've removed from it and separated it as part of the installation with it. As always, there's always different ways to fit these units. The instructions that come are comprehensive. I would say refer to the Land Rover Rave manual just to check on the different colours of wires from the wiring loom. But overall the instructions are very good, and also the service that you get from Ron is absolutely excellent. I sent him several emails and he replied straight away, and also I've had a detailed phone call with him about fitting the unit just to make sure that I do it properly with it. Strictly speaking, the unit's not a plug and play unit. There is a plug that goes into the boost sensor pressure monitor here, and that is a plug and play unit. It's really quite simple. All you do is you just unplug the original connector that's onto the boost sensor, plug in the RonBox at one end, and then the other end plugs back onto the boost sensor there, which then is the cable that leads to the actual RonBox unit here. The area where you have to tap into the wiring loom is the signal pickup from the fuel pump. So that's part of the connection there, and then the other part of the connection with it is going to connect into the wiring loom, which feeds signals to the ECU. So I've actually split the plug. This actual plug is just on the fuel pump there. Might be a bit difficult to see, I'll just zoom in. Easy to do. As always with these plugs, don't go wrenching them like a gorilla. There are little clips, and if you just push the clip lightly, the plug does remove from the unit nice and easy. Likewise when you split it. The instructions tell you to tap into the loom on this side of the engine, and it refers to the green and pink wire, which is that one there, and also the red wire here, and on some units it's actually black. But the key thing is to refer to the instructions and make sure when you look at the plug that you do actually pull into pin 6 and pin 7. So the loom wiring might vary a wee bit, but you just got to make sure that you tap into the green and pink, which is pin 6, and pin 7, which is black and red on some models, which my model is actually red, and there's a good diagram there. Interestingly enough, I don't know whether the GoPro will zoom in for it. They're actually quite easy to pick up with it, because although the actual pin or the plug here has access for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 connections, it actually only uses 7, and the one here is actually left blank, and also the plug-in unit here is left blank. So it's quite a good reference to orientate which one, how the plug unit is orientated, so you don't go into the wrong wire. I've had a good think about the installation, and what I thought initially is that I really would want to get the RonBox inside the vehicle itself, and the other side of the firewall, and so that would leave it sort of away from, you know, like the engine room environment, vibration, dirt, and etc. The cabling for it doesn't quite allow for that. The unit is designed, I think, to sit inside the engine bay, and so I'll orientate it that way. And what I will do is, once I've mapped it out and done the wiring for it and got it to a position where I'm comfortable with it, I'll probably put it in some kind of plastic Tupperware box and seal it in an area that's sort of out of the way but easy accessible for